Good evening, dear sisters and brothers. Welcome to the evening session of Being Heartful Every Day with Swadhyaya. As we continue our exploration on the theme of prejudice, let us look more closely at where these impressions take root. Prejudice does not arise overnight. It is the outcome of subtle impressions formed through repeated experiences, thoughts, and emotions that have not yet been purified or cleared. Over time, these impressions create patterns in our subconscious that quietly influence how we think, feel, and respond. They become visible filters shaping not how only we perceive others, but also how we understand ourselves. In the heartfulness way, we are taught that every impression, samskar, leaves a trace in the heart. When these traces accumulate, they cloud the perception and limit our openness to the truth. Cleaning is the process through which these layers are removed, freeing the heart from the heaviness of conditioning. The more sincerely we clean, the lighter and more neutral we become. Neutrality is not indifference, but it is the clarity of seeing without distortion. Taji often explains that real perception happens when the heart is free of likes and dislikes. The pure heart does not compare, it simply witnesses. It accepts diversity as part of the divine design and embraces each soul as an expression of the same source. Prejudice, therefore, is not something to fight, it is something to dissolve, gently through awareness, prayer, and love. When we approach life in this way, we no longer seek to change others. We refine ourselves, and in that refinement, the world around us begins to transform. As we move ahead in the session, dear sisters and brothers, let us continue to invite our friends and family and our near and dear ones to experience the heartfulness through master classes and through the BHED sessions. You can share the links with them. We have completed our inspirational reading from the chapter Prejudice, which was from Heartfulness Way, Book 2. And we'll be doing a new article today as part of the inspirational reading. And before that, would like to share that you will be able to find additional reading material and videos of River Daji on the theme that are available on the Hearts app. And if you will go to the tab dated 26th October, Sunday, you will be able to find this additional material. With this, we now move ahead and start the new article. This is by beloved Daji, dated 2nd August 2019, titled Antidotes to Prejudice. How does prejudice arise? How to live a life so that prejudice does not arise? Here, Daji explores these questions and offers some practical antidotes to prejudice. In 2003, my son gave me a copy of the American classic To Kill a Mockingbird by Nellie Harper Lee. I stopped reading after Tom Robinson was arrested, as the whole episode was so sad. Then, 10 years later, I had the opportunity to watch the movie in which Gregory Peck acted so brilliantly. Coincidentally, 2003 was the same year Gregory Peck died, and one of the eulogy makers was the actor who played the role of Tom Robinson. He said that Gregory Peck may have died, but Atticus Finch still lives on in our lives. For he represents something not many could. He was a sole fighter in the entire village. The story shifted my awareness so much. It's all about racial prejudice, injustice, children losing their innocence, and the courage to overcome all these weaknesses and social evils. What we require is courage. The book title is also brilliant. What is the author trying to say in the title? We all have that innocent mockingbird in our heart, always singing, do this, don't do that. And if we kill the mockingbird that guides us from within, we kill our inner voice. And that is as bad as committing suicide. We may be living on in physical form, but we have destroyed the inner conscience. We all know the words discrimination, prejudice, and injustice. Sometimes we are defenders, at other times silent bystanders or witnesses, and sometimes offenders. We often use the word discrimination in a negative sense, but in yogic philosophy, discrimination has a very profound meaning. It has a purpose. Yoga has four fundamental sadhanas, and the first is viveka, meaning discrimination or discernment, our inner wisdom to differentiate right from wrong. When we are able to differentiate right from wrong, when we are impartial and open, prejudice carries the idea that we have made up our minds. We have a preconception without seeing reality, facts, and figures. How to conduct our lives in such a way that we rise above prejudice. Recognizing the problem is not enough. I may write it in my diary, I may talk to my friend, I may ask for help, and I may want to change. But much more needs to be done. Wishes are not enough. It is only through hard work that we achieve goals. If we don't act, we can't blame anyone else. And once we think that we have made it, we often stop growing. That's the tragic part of a little success. When we feel that we have made it, we lose our center, we lose our focus. So again, it becomes spiritual suicide. The spiritual journey is all about how well we use ourselves. The higher we grow, the smaller we become. Humility and purity are the keys. Purity brings about openness of heart. Openness creates free interaction with all. Without purity, there is no unity. And without unity, there will always be prejudice. I repeat, openness creates free interaction with all. Without purity, there is no unity. And without unity, there will always be a prejudice. Prejudice always arises out of setting, aside proven or observed facts, despite oft repeated experiences. This fatal attitude is displayed in order to preserve self respect or honor, and its origin is in the mind. It is purely ego based. There is no race against others on this inner journey. The journey is infinite. We are racing only against ourselves. We would like to do better than yesterday, and we can humbly submit. I need to change. Guide me in some way. In which direction must I go? Where must I correct myself? Every one of us knows only too well our weaknesses. But out of habit, we look at the weaknesses of others. Instead of looking at our own baggage, we look at the baggage of others, and in the process, we miss out. Dear sisters and brothers, we will put a stop to the reading here and let us prepare ourselves to offer the universal bread together. All brothers and sisters are being filled with love and devotion, and real faith is growing stronger in them. सभी भाई बहन प्रेम और भक्ति से भर रहे और उनमें सच्ची श्रद्धा दृढ़ होती जा रही है। In this universal prayer, awakens love in the hearts of all. May all hidden judgments and unconscious separations dissolve in the light of divine love. And may we learn to see with the heart where all beings are one and all differences are harmonized in unity. Dear sisters and brothers, as you prepare for the rest tonight, sit in quiet remembrance and do the reflections of the day. Were there moments when irritation or comparison arose? Did you find yourself interpreting someone's action through old filters of thought? Offer them to the beloved Master for transformation. Feel the weight lift as these subtle patterns dissolve in love and remembrance. And before sleep, offer bedtime prayer sincerely, seeking forgiveness for moments of unawareness and resolving to perceive more purely tomorrow. Let the heart rest in peace, light, and openness. Dear sisters and brothers, thank you for joining this evening session. And as we continue reflecting on prejudice, may we deepen our understanding and may we are able to free the heart from the layers that obscure the truth. When the mirror of the heart becomes clear, love reflects without distortions, and we begin to live in the simplicity of oneness. We look forward to your presence for the morning session at 6 a.m. And until then, may peace, remembrance, and the silent grace of the beloved Master remain with you through the night. Thank you and wishing you all a very